I should go over to Slacks and let's go over. Let's go hang out. Let's go hang out with Slacks real fast. I want to hang out with you, bro.
Welcome. Welcome. Take a seat, my friend. Are you going to do a cast with little old me?
With you. Let's do that. Not that I have a problem with my boy. I don't have a problem with him.
Who?
Exactly. Let's not even mention his name. Let's not even mention that he exists.
Twitch, let's just get over this, all right?
Let's go.
We gotta just air the grievances here.
Let's do this.
My friend SUNSfan suffers from bowel problems.
Explosive.
He had to go. He had a bowel issue.
We knew this was coming. He's been talking about it for like, I don't know, every day.
It's a serious thing. You know, there's a lot of celebrities out there that have bowel issues. I believe I read an interview. This is a true story for once.
True story. With
Marky Mark. And he said if there was one thing I could change about myself, I would not have bowel problems. So Marky Mark himself, you know, it's even the coolest guys can have problems.
I had no idea
with bowels.
That's why Marky Mark called himself the Funky Bunch, because his bunch was funky, man. That's kind of
that's a different part of the lower body.
Oh, is it?
The bunch.
That's the bunch. You know, because that's what he's known for, the bunch.
All right, so
can we get into the game? Can we start a game? Can we just go for it?
I don't know how to do it.
Let's. Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game. We've got f1asco versus SuperJJ. Very exciting as we get to see if the toxicity will come out or if life will be real here. Yeah, well,
SuperJJ. Yeah, he started with the blue-red deck, and he's going to be going against the red-green, okay? In this matchup, it's going to be important for the red-green deck to obviously ramp as fast as he can, but he's trying to avoid annihilation. He's trying to avoid getting his heroes killed when in the middle of him going off.
That's right.
So here in this last lane, you've got this is going to be hard for him because he really wants to pressure this lane. He can duel now and actually remove this. There it is.
Son, you're not supposed to predict everything. I'm supposed to have a little bit of time to talk about something.
Get out of here.
I think that Lycan, he might die, but he might put down our secrets. Thank you so much for giving me some time here,
Yeah, sorry. But you have to remember, all I do is play this game. I don't do anything else.
That makes me happy, Rob. That's good.
Well, now he's thinking if he wants to save, or he could go with this Maul. I think the issue there, he wants to go with the Maul is to turn off that last in lane 3. He wants to turn that off.
That's a 50-50 now, Rob.
That's a 50-50.
Although there are 2 heroes, which means that it's not a 50-50. The arrow, Rob! I told your ass!
Gosh.
Why do you doubt me, Rob?
That is hurtful. That is really hurtful in 3 because that's why you spent that 5. He really wanted... He really didn't want to do that. He wanted to actually buy a card, but... So now, oh my lord, I see double stars align into 3 8-drops for f1asco.
I wouldn't worry about that, Rob. We got a whole round before those guys could possibly come out. This game will be over by then.
Are you sure? Do you know how math works?
6, 7,
4,
8, 9.
6, 4, 5, 6, 6 to 8? Isn't that how that works?
You want to play both stars align right now?
What? Why not?
What are you, high?
I can go double stars align into Time of Triumph.
Rob.
And my opponent decided to foresight.
Rob, there's no way you Time of Triumph 2 units.
Here we go. Greed. Well, okay, so when you play test this matchup, you actually don't do it this way.
That's right.
You try to get as greedy as possible, but as your boy said,
Rob, you can't be the best host and the best caster. It's not fair.
Tell you?
It's not fair, Rob.
Okay, all I told you, is play Artifact.
All right,
so he had the choice of getting greedy because when you play test this match, you sometimes wait around to do that, but I think he saw the other matches and realized that that's just not necessary. It's better to just bury your opponent early, and here we go.
Boom!
There, that's nice. That's nice. This is almost certainly has to be a foresight. Or no, he could play Dimensional Port to try to race this lane because he's kind of stuck in 1. But
Rob,
what you think?
calm down.
I'm sorry.
You're so excited. You're so excited.
Okay. This is a problem.
It's too much.
This is a problem.
You gotta chill, Rob.
All right, hold on.
Loosen your pants. Chill out a little bit. We're in for the long haul.
Are we in for the long haul?
This game is not going to be over anytime soon. We do see the Time of Triumph coming out, but with that, it is a sacrifice. He did have the ability next round to play 2 emissaries in 2 different lanes, spreading out that damage. Now, with that Time of Triumph, the idea has very much been set as to exactly what's going to happen now. No more stars align. He's going to go all in on that lane, and guess what? When you make yourself predictable, you open yourself up to counters, Rob.
Listen, let's talk about let's talk about this for a second.
Talk about it, Rob.
So in that last lane, he spent a bunch of time there because he didn't know if he wanted to try to race in 3 or if he wanted to try to get. So 1, he doesn't want to extend any further, right?
Yeah.
So now he's got this red and green hero. I'm almost certain that he's going to go mid because he's going to try to isolate these 2 blue heroes into 1 and 3, and it's going to be, even though 3 is at 22, it's all about the win strategy. What's important now? Okay, what's important now on the bottom is that SuperJ has to find 2 lanes. He's only got 1, and he doesn't even have it yet.
He don't even got shit.
He doesn't even have it yet.
He could have had it if he waited and had emissary this turn, Rob. I'm not trying to be this guy.
You're talking about f1asco.
Yeah.
f1asco is f1asco is well in position.
Sure.
Because what's going to happen is, Prey on the Weak's pretty good. This duel is. He does have initiative. This duel is going to finish Kana off, and it's going to now be the strategy of whether or not he's going to try to 81 and just stall out on 2 other lanes. It's...
Rob, that's going to be a duel. Let me walk you through this one. There ain't no stalling shit. That chick's going to die. He's going to push the tower. Now, this looks like a dead situation here. This looks like you don't come to the tower, Rob. Looks like it's nuked.
Nah. This is what's going to... The strategy now for f1asco is to 80 the first lane. He's going to do his best to just stall lanes 2 and 3 and keep this blue hero trapped in 3. So the idea here is to deny gold so that he doesn't have a way to escape in 3.
Booyah!
Draw the more cards because he needs to get this emissary into... He really wants an emissary in 1. He's going to go deep. And... try to set it up so that eventually he can go and
I'm ready to serve.
Enough magic to kill a misplaced Luna.
Holy
a
Jesus.
misplaced Kana in 1.
Rob, you're thinking too many steps ahead.
This is how you play the game.
I can't even keep up with you, Rob. This is too much.
You play to win the game.
Well, I know that, Rob, but you're too ahead of me. I'm too slow. Slow it down,
okay.
Rob.
All right, let me explain it to you in
slow. Jesus.
Let's slow motion.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You tell me what's happening 3 moves from now, Rob. I don't know what's going on.
Sweet baby Jesus. What do you think? What would you do?
Don't patronize me, Rob.
Sweet baby.
Yeah, dimensional portal for the easy damage. What he has to do here is make some room. Now, he knows the first lane is gone. He knows he can't go back to that.
Correct.
But he can put in what damage that he can. Now, if this was me...
What would you do here?
I'd actually go to that first lane.
You would?
I would. I mean, you can try to defend that. You can at least hold somebody. You can prey on that annihilation. Maybe later, but I don't know. Now you don't want to move those heroes from that first lane. Am I right? Because what if he doesn't get a blink?
Well, it's unfortunate because f1asco didn't end up finding a blink dagger, and he really, really wants a blink dagger here.
I think he got lucky enough, Rob. He deserves a little bit of freaking...
What's turn 2 time at Triumph? That's what the deck does, right?
I mean...
Ugh.
I don't feel bad about
Double Berserker's Call, double Time of Triumph for SuperJ is not feeling good. He has a Town Portal Scroll, though, for f1asco. What do? Do you think you want to... Do you want to just take this here? Because he can't... SuperJ can't do anything.
I mean, yeah, you can...
TP?
You can even lose your Tree and Protector here, Rob.
I mean, here, what I would honestly do, I wouldn't have done nothing. I think Roseleaf Druid there is fine. And then TP Scroll.
You would dare lose initiative on this lane?
What is going to happen here?
Rob, I think we know here.
What's going to happen here?
I believe this is just going to be a straight-up draw of one of the cards.
So he's going to pass priority here by playing the Cloak, playing around Berserker's Call. because that was the idea. He was worried that if he does anything, he was going to get Berserker Call here.
Sure.
So that's good planning on f1asco.
Now, do you phase boots, or do you just enough magic and cut all this bullshit out here?
Well, he knows that if his opponent had a duel, that he would have already used it. So he knows that SuperJJ doesn't have it. So like you said, phase boots is the play. And here, it's now going to be almost certainly a flip here. Is it going to flip? That's hard, because you want to keep that phase boots to finish this tower.
Yeah.
So it's very possible he just plays a Savage Wolf or the Roseleaf Druid and flips with that.
Now, what is a flip?
With the phase boots, you see, okay, that's what I was telling you. So like,
you phase, my friend.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Tell me about the lore of phase
phase.
boots. Like, is that actual thing?
They're boots that phase, brother.
No, but I mean in Dota.
Yeah.
What happens when you phase boots? Does that let you go through a wall or something?
I mean, it's a real piece of shit description, I'll be honest with you. You go through units in Dota. The description, the lore of the phase boots and artifact basically says being quick can win a battle. It's one of those bullshit lore lines that doesn't mean anything. But, you know, they all can't be winners, Rob.
All right, so this SuperJJ has to tank here. He's got 11 damage on the tower. He's super concerned that he's going to run out of time here. He has an Annihilation, but the big problem is he knows in the list for f1asco that enough magic exists, and that...
Boom!
Yeah, so he had to take... I understand taking the red hero off of this lane, but on 6, he was worried about Berserker's Call.
6?
Yes, on 6.
Yes,
right?
6 mana, my
Yeah,
friend.
he was on 6 mana, so he was worried about losing both of his guys there, so...
All right, Rob, big question here. This is the big moment of the match. This is the decider.
What you got?
Do we annihilate lane 1?
That's not a question.
Or do we annihilate lane 2? The answer, Rob, if you'll allow me, is we have to annihilate lane 2. Lane 2 is all we got left, my friend. You've got to try to have something happening there. And might I remind you, our heroes are starting to respawn, our boys are starting to come back, and we are starting to push the pressure on this lane.
This is not a good plan, because
Rob!
Okay, listen. This was the original idea.
Rob, don't!
SuperJJ did not think that his opponent wanted to 80 this lane, but I told you in the beginning, the plan the entire time was to 80 this lane.
Rob, that's madness. There's no way you can 80 a lane with 2 Time of Triumph heroes, my friend.
Son. This is why I told you he wanted to...
Rob!
Listen! Listen to me!
I'm listening.
Listen. I gotta get my Batman voice
Go
on
ahead,
with you.
Rob.
Listen.
Go ahead, buddy.
This is why he wanted to play the Roseleaf last turn, so that this turn he threatened with Emissary, Time, any of that, but because he assumed that his opponent would have played a blue hero here for the Annihilation, but maybe SuperJJ thought ahead of that, and he said, okay, he's going to assume that I'm going to annihilate this lane, so that's where you came in.
I'm telling you.
No, you're right. I'm saying you're right.
Of course I'm right, Rob. I'm always right. How do you think I got here?
That's actually true.
As an analyst.
Everything you've told me so far has been the truth.
Finally. So, as we see here, 6 mana. He does have initiative now in the next lane, ensuring that he will be able to get off that Annihilation. If you take a look at the decks here, only one boy is carrying that Fight Through the Pain, and that was the only one.
Whoa.
You want to see a boy that has one to Fight Through the Pain in his entire deck?
Give it to me.
When he plays that, you know someone's going to get absolutely annihilated every time. So
is he going to Primal Roar? Okay, so
he's going to Primal Roar, Rob.
There was a point there. If he Primal Roars, he can really. So again, this is the 80. So we're going to really see if he wants to TP scroll and Blink Dagger here, but I don't think you play the Wolf if you're not trying to 80 here.
Of course.
So if he's trying to 80 here, I'm not certain that just playing the Primal Roar there is fine. You just get everybody off the lane, you open up an extra 4, take your damage up to 25 on this lane. Well, it wouldn't have been 25. It would have been 22. So it's okay. It's about the same. But now the red hero's still there. So like that gives him more outs, and I just don't like doing that.
Rob, everyone gonna die here in a couple seconds. Say something nice. Rest in peace.
Rip.
That wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
That's just
SuperJJ's no. But here's the thing: is SuperJJ's got to tank again. Because if he now knows that his opponent is trying to 81, okay? But he has no way of getting over there to help. So he's...
They're all dead, Rob!
Look at you!
You had a chance to talk about it. You had a chance to say something nice, and then all you did was talk about statistics.
Right.
Now they're all dead.
Well, he had to do that because he needed the gold in order to try to find some way to get back into 1, and he's going to draw 2 cards because he needs another Annihilation.
Woo!
Triple Time of Triumph is real bad for what he wants to do.
Most of the time, if you're Super J, 3 Time of Triumphs, oh, baby,
You're
is that
loving
good.
life.
But probably not on round 8 when you have a ramp deck designed around getting you those Time of Triumphs early.
Yeah.
So, how ironic. They
right?
show up at the right mana and he loses.
Yeah, and the bigger problem now is he's actually Super J has lost the game. And
What?
So here's why.
Rob!
Here's why. Sorry, spoiler alert. He's lost the game.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen? He's going to place this red hero into 1, or he could place it into 1. And you place it into 1.
Yeah.
At that point, you can either then play Time of Triumph or Emissary.
Yeah.
You activate, and then you don't have to do anything for the in order for Jay to win. He would have to. Oh no. Okay, so he places it in 2 because if he places it in 2, and then if he doesn't get initiative back, then he's able to do something in 1 with the Annihilation if he drew 1. But the idea here is we're going to place an Emissary in this lane.
Yeah.
We're not using Time of Triumph. Almost certainly Emissary.
Okay.
Pass, and Super J has to do something. Otherwise, he's going to lose instantly because of the enough magics.
That is enough magics right there. So, yeah, this is definitely looking tough. Although Super J, he doesn't know what's in the hand. He has to assume that he has a lot. There's a lot of cards in there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Scroll it out, Rob.
13 of those bad boys. Look at him. He's got double Emissary, Time of Triumph. All right, so he's just all right. That's awesome. So now there's nothing, but that could have been something that we looked at last turn where he could have just killed.
Rob, was that awesome? Because I don't think so. Now you have the chance for getting annihilated again. That could have just been a Emissary of the Quorum into a buff, into some action there. We're going to put down another wolf.
If this plan is no good, because if he, instead of dueling, okay, if he's going to blink, it doesn't matter. So let's see if he blinks.
Still matters, Rob. He could have got lethal.
Yeah, I think it was better there to set up the enough magic.
It mattered.
He could have just Time of Triumphed, passed, and if his opponent does literal anything, then he has enough magic next turn. But instead, this is the safer play. Just double blink out and go get this lane now. He's got Time of Triumph coming through with his red hero. Can't do anything about it.
I actually think, all jokes aside, that was a great play because he wasn't going to take that 80 in that round. The blue hero's going to come back. He's not going to have initiative. She's going to annihilate, and then you put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
This way, nice and spread. You might not win the game in this particular round.
No, he's got, what do we have here?
Well, he does have 12 damage, so he will win the game in this particular round unless that Regnant Civil Ring comes out right now.
Isn't that
the Signet?
Is that a Berserker's Call in his hand, I believe? I'm pretty sure, but does it matter? Can't we just Time of Triumph here?
Time of
Triumph is going to add an extra 12 damage.
Yeah, I think if he puts on the ring, I haven't done the math, but I'm sure he dies anyway with Berserker's Call.
Well, let's take a look at the bottom here. So, Duel is dead for him. Nasal Glue dead for him. That makes it a little bit better. Berserker's Call now will get 10 through, but that's not going to help actually.
He's just going to die, Rob.
Yeah, I think he's in a little trouble here, friends.
Rob, he's going to die.
He's going to die.
Are you going to say something nice? Oh, Jesus,
what's there to say, friend? What's there to say?
Rob, if someone's going to die, you got to say something nice right before, or else it's shameful.
Oh, I have to do it differently.
Get back on the desk.
All right. We have found our friend. Get
back on the desk, Rob. Your time is up.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I had to help my friend who had explosive.
Get out. Get the hell out.
Explosive bathroom problems.
Go away, Rob. Jesus. Whew, thank you, Rob, for coming in and filling in for us on that match. What a domination, and ladies and germs, have I got a treat for you. It is our good friend back once again. Let's hear that beautiful voice. SUNSfan, how you feeling, buddy?
Great. Why would you ask?
How you feeling? We're back in the next game.
I just wanted to give Rob an opportunity to cast. You know, after all these years of casting, I've been waiting for this day.
What's that?
I actually came very close. Oh, we're actually going to get into the game right away. We don't even have time to talk about it. Came very close to having some issues in the middle of a game. I'm glad I left right before. Let's just say that.
What are those issues?
I apparently cannot eat the pizza here.
You ate a lot the other day.
And the same thing happened just off stream.
Oh, no.
So we're just going to have to
no
not
more
eat anything.
Pizza for me?
Sorry. You know I control the food.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I hate my life.
All right, bring me back up to speed. What has happened throughout this series?
I honestly don't remember.
Who won the first game?
Somebody.
Huh? Excuse me?
f1asco won. Got the nice ramp that he was looking for. We saw a lot of that early game time of Triumph. He had the option to potentially wait till the next round and draw 2 quorums in 2 different lanes, but he chose not to. So we saw that early game time of Triumph snowballing out. As we've seen many times in these red decks, it is all about who can get the right cards first. But now, in a bit of a different situation, now we're dealing with the blue versus the mono red with Timbersaw.
Does f1asco, did he have a camera last time?
He did not.
That's pretty disappointing. I don't think I can root for somebody that's not willing to put their face for all to see.
That's a little bit of, you know.
Look at SuperJJ. He's exposing himself to the world in a proper way, of course.
Sure.
And that's why we can get behind him.
I mean, I think...
Did you know he plays from a standing desk? Isn't
no,
that interesting?
It does not.
Yes. I've seen him work out on stream.
Bro, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but unless he's 4 feet tall, that is a door handle behind him.
Yes, I'm saying it's a standing desk. So right now, you can lower it.
But why do you bring this up? He's clearly sitting. How could he be standing and have his arms resting against?
I thought it would be an interesting tidbit.
God, you're stupid.
You should be nice to me. I'm under the weather.
Come back, Rob.
All right, so what are we looking at here? SuperJJ has the Ignite. It's going to put it in the mid lane.
Yeah.
f1asco in the meantime. You got the Dresden Standards. How many of these does he have?
Oh, you know how many he's got. 2.
I didn't know that, actually. I thought it would be a one-of, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, Dresden Standards, we have seen this before, even with the Timbersaw, because it's just a cheap spell. 2 mana does a lot of stuff for you, not to mention having that Dresden Standards, beefing you up even more.
You can talk about that all day, can't you?
I really
Tell
love
me what's
that
missing
card.
from this list that has been the MVP of today.
I believe. I do see enough magic, brother.
That's not the MVP of today.
What is the MVP of today?
Routed. The greatest card
Routed
that
is
has
not.
Risen in price like none other before.
Routed is not the greatest MVP of the day.
Yes, it is. It has won many a game. It's 100% win rate today.
It has won 2 games.
More than that, actually.
2 games. It has won directly because of the Routed. I would say it only won 1 game, but it certainly helped in another. Dresden Standards coming out. SUNSfan, look at that shit.
And it's on Dresden, too. It's perfect lore.
Great lore. That's a lore bonus plus 25% chance to strike.
That would be interesting to get extra XP for doing something like that. Just
Lore
doing something
bonus.
that fits within the lore.
That's right.
And then it takes away experience if you do the opposite. If
Non-lore.
Axe and Sorrel in the same lineup, minus experience.
Minus lore points.
Well, f1asco can go for the Viscous Nasal Goo onto the Ogre Magi if he wishes.
Yep.
Whirling Death doesn't do a whole lot here. He's going to pass for now, though.
Well, I wouldn't say that, SUNSfan.
It could kill a wolf.
You could fight through the pain and Whirling Death, reducing Timbersaw's attack by 4. Then fight through the pain.
Okay.
Which would
What does fight through the pain do?
not much.
It gives you 2
It gives
armor,
you initiative.
but you die.
And you already had it.
All right, well, 15 gold for f1asco right now. He's only level 12, and he's made it this far. That's actually quite interesting. Usually these qualifying players that we don't know a lot about, they've been super high level, but not the case this time around.
I think f1asco's right to leave his profile picture onto that doggo.
Rebel decoy?
The Rebel decoy. The hope this works.
I hope this works.
You know? That is my favorite line of the game. Hearing...
All right, if we go back, you've said that about so many different lines.
2 lines in the game.
My favorite voice line in the game.
Not one that I can activate, but hope this works really speaks to me. You move the creep in front of something, you kill it, and before you kill it, she sees that damage and she says, I hope this works. I hope
this works.
I can finally die.
Well, Hourglass is available to use. I think maybe you just use it on Bristleback. It's the nice hero in the lane that's kind of all f1asco's right now. That's depends on if you want to use this on somebody that is in a little bit of danger. You do have the Stonehall Cloak for the mid lane. He's going to do just that. And not much else to do. Could get the initiative back if he wants, but we're not looking at any duels or anything of that nature that actually require the initiative whatsoever. So just going to pass. f1asco's hands is a little awkward. If he gets to the 7 and 8 mana, then it's going to look pretty juicy, but not the case yet. SuperJJ has the Annihilation for a future round.
Yeah, not too many good Annihilation rounds opening up right here yet, though. Definitely want to be able to keep that for a more important draw in the future. Stonehall Cloak going to be coming out here. We do have the chance to have a Stonehall Elite potentially going out on the left-hand side. Go for an arrow.
We're going to get 2 passes. Watch.
I think we're going to get 2 passes, too.
2 passes.
2 passes. How many passes?
Okay, never mind. Now that the mana is expended,
exposed,
SuperJJ might just want to play a Bronze Legionnaire.
Or a Stonehall Elite.
Yeah, you could get the curve in on Timbersaw. That's true.
I think that's the play.
All right.
Legionnaire's cheap, you know? You can keep that bad boy for a later time when you need a late-game block. 4 mana's a lot. Not going to run into an opportunity there where, yeah, I see him.
Look at the difference of the armor between the two. It's actually quite different.
Well, the big weird thing is that they cancel each other out.
Yeah, they do.
The guy with the little penis hat here,
he actually
fights
passed again.
Wow.
Very interesting. All right, just going to take the free kill. Save these bad boys for another time.
Can I see that, Legion? Imagine if you had to go, everyone else is going out to battle with the other guy, and you're there wearing that little hat.
That hat does not look very comfortable either.
Or like it would prevent any damage.
Like you can't hear anything. There's no ear holes.
It looks quite thin.
Yeah.
More like just a...
It's like paper mache or something, just painted gold.
That's
that is
very
a very wide lane for SuperJJ, so he's looking pretty good in that lane for now. Does have the Bristleback and Kana returning to battle this time to go along with f1asco's axe. Might want to just go in that mid lane. Of course, Annihilation, like we talked about, is available. And, I mean, the first lane, Annihilation does not feel great unless a second hero is put in this lane.
Well, we're definitely not going to be seeing that. That lane's already being taken, SUNSfan. There's no reason to annihilate that garbage.
What are you talking about? The first lane?
Yeah. Don't annihilate it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I literally started that sentence
Please don't touch me. Wish we had like a little side webcam of all the shenanigans you do in
Sometimes
between
I
games.
like to put my hand on SUNSfan's leg while we're casting so that he remembers to be kind to me. Human touch is the only thing that can break through his angry exterior.
I have a very angry exterior indeed.
So, Dimensional Portal here. I think that's what we're going to do. A little bit of damage onto this tower. But Berserker's Call, that's available. That would kill some crepes. With that armor, it wouldn't do anything to Bristleback except for make some room, which would destroy that Dimensional Portal.
This looks like a pretty bad Berserker's Call. But
Of course.
I don't think we're going to see that. We're going to see the Potion of Knowledge. Of course, the Hourglass is taken into effect here, so no smashing today. Although smash in this deck is, I believe, 100% worthless.
Do you?
can smash a smash, perhaps. Yeah, no burning oils today, Slash.
Oh, no.
I do agree, though, that Dimensional Portal is likely the play. You could go for the creeps and just go wide, and that's what we're going to see here. Not trying to go for the potential arrow here, which is interesting.
You know, I actually don't like that play very much.
I mean, think of it this way. You have these 2 creeps, and you can't play them mid, so they're just going to sit in your hand. Perhaps it's better just to play them both now.
I suppose so.
Why, what was your reasoning for not liking it?
Well, I just think that in these opportunities where you can get that big spread with that Dimensional Portal, it's pretty useful. These might not be played now, but as the game goes on longer, the enemy is going to focus on those blue heroes absolutely first every single time.
So you'd rather have 3 2/4s than 2 4/2/2s?
What now? What is this? The numbers from
3
Lost?
2/4s or 2 4/2/2s?
What the fudge? I don't know what you're talking about. That's mathematics. We don't do that here.
Okay. I mean, it's Artifact, so...
What I'm trying to say is late-game blockers with red who are not going to be killed while blue heroes will be focused seem like they're pretty strong.
Okay. All right.
But
take it easy.
I'm pissed off about it.
Take it easy. Fight through the pain. The only card available here. Everything else is locked for SuperJJ. There's the Whirling Death with that minus armor.
Let's not forget Dresden Standards buffing up the damage with every spell used.
That's right. That is very true. Well, Beastmaster can Berserker's Call, but the lane is so wide that maybe that's doing SuperJJ a favor. You know what I mean? Like, perhaps you just leave this lane.
I think so. You might even hold on to your buddy the boar. Why even try to hold some damage here? But it's enough.
It could be okay. It could be okay.
It's enough to try to defend. I've seen worse.
Have you?
Not by a lot. Not by a lot.
Berserker's Call only really takes away 5 damage this turn, but we've talked about how these really wide lanes for, depending on who you're playing against, of course, but against mono red, I mean, what can they do?
Yeah.
Very difficult to deal with. What can anyone do? It's really just blue deals
That's
with
not
wide
true.
lanes.
There's other cards.
There's other cards. I will not name them, but they exist.
Black has many
promise.
answers to big, long lanes because they make money. They can get themselves a Vesser of the Tyrant. You can even get armor with green like Enchantress. There's ways to deal with a lot of units that are very long that don't do a lot of damage, SUNSfan. I don't have to walk it through.
There's a lot of Enchantress being played. I forgot about that.
There's not a lot of Enchantress, but I'm saying that they exist.
They exist.
And I knew that if I went into it, you'd mock me.
I am mocking you. 7 mana, Time of Triumph is picked up now. Not going to be helpful, but it is actually very important that they were picked up because next round they will be unlocked, Slacks.
Unlocked?
This Hourglass has been a pain in the ass. f1asco, in the meantime, also has Time of Triumph. There is Primal Roar, which this is the only... I mean, you can Primal Roar last lane, technically speaking, but we talked about how that's probably a lost cause. How do you like Primal Roar here?
I think that's...
Not good anymore.
Not enough now. But
Berserker's Call does a giant amount of damage,
Yes.
ends up trading heroes.
gotta say, SuperJJ. Nice and calm play here, taking care of these issues. Of course, we never saw that ramp up, but that was not on these decks anyway. So
You know why he's so calm? Because he uses a standing desk, and he works out a lot. He's in good shape.
Is he?
Yeah, he is in good shape.
SuperJJ, take off your shirt for us, buddy.
Well, if he's listening, then we'll find out in 10 minutes.
If he's listening, he is disqualified. If that guy just took off his shirt.
Would it be disqualification if you're listening to a 10-minute delay? I don't know.
Don't say how long the delay
Oh, I'm
is.
sorry. This was actually recorded yesterday.
Holy Jesus.
This was actually recorded yesterday.
We
my bad.
recorded this tomorrow. It's a 10-minute delay, but we're 24 hours ahead.
What do you think of the Marrowfell? 616 Beast.
I don't know, but that does not look like a good situation for either guy there.
Yeah, that's a lot of heft in that picture for sure.
Is he even killing him? He doesn't. Does he have a weapon? Can we zoom in on that? He doesn't even appear to have... What, is he trying to snap his neck?
The Centaur is trying to snap the horns off, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think he's...
SUNSfan, look at that belt. It almost looks like your straps around your stomach.
Not anymore. I had to take those off.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Wow, you really expelled some effort in the bathroom. Holy shit.
I'll have to tell you about that later. I really, really struggled to take it off because I've never worn suspenders before. But anyway, moving back into the game here. Looks like f1asco is going to be able to take that lane pretty easily next turn. Only one hero coming back for SuperJJ. Does have lethal here. Going to play the Dimensional Portal now.
Interesting.
Afraid of the Primal Roar, which would have kept this tower alive for one more turn. But now,
We can't have that.
not so much.
Goodbye.
Berserker's Call, not great. Enough magic would have been amazing as well if he had initiative, but it's not to be.
That's a tower down. Having just 1 HP in a tower against a deck like this can sometimes be the difference between life and death, but not able to secure that. With that exposed, the game gets a lot harder now. Ooh, creeps coming out, Legion Commander coming out. Of course, creeps are going to go to Kana's lane, and he's got a lot of work to do. This Timbersaw. Does he have any chance here, SUNSfan?
It's not looking great. I mean, the arrows are pretty decent for f1asco. We have only 6 damage going towards the tower right now, but of course, as we can see, there is a Time of Triumph.
What's that card do?
Well,
Never seen it.
for this purpose, these purposes, it'll add 8 damage to the tower,
Wow.
which isn't quite lethal, believe it or not. You could just Dimensional Portal to go wide if you want, and then go for the Time of Triumph on 4 heroes next round. So there are some options. What do you like?
I think you just time a Triumph here and get it to such a low point that there's nothing that can happen. The question is, f1asco, what's he going to do? He doesn't have a lot of options here. Primal Roar gets him just about nothing. Removes 2 damage. Enough magic, that's a good play.
That is.
He gets to live 1 more round.
He
That's
does.
it, though.
We got 4 heroes in this lane. That's going to be dealing 16 damage to the tower if they're all blocked. And with 28 HP, it's looking quite good for SuperJJ.
But why?
No blink daggers here. I mean, He has so many in hand, you might as well.
But
just
why?
get these out of my hand.
All right.
I mean, if you're able to somehow survive first turn or first lane, you can buy Blink Daggers potentially, which you'll have exactly 7 gold.
Fight through the pain here. He gets the first one. Now, what could we see? Potentially, I have no idea how we can live through this lane. 2 red heroes are absolutely going to go in that first lane.
I'll tell you. It's Primal Roar.
Could Primal Roar.
That would be quite good.
Okay.
He has initiative.
There is 0 chance all 3 of these heroes are going to be Primal Roared.
Oh, you got Kana and Axe that can be booted out of this lane. And then a Time of Triumph only does 8 damage to the tower. Well,
no options
Bristleback
there.
is not blocked, though.
That is correct.
So that Primal Roar would actually just lose you the game. It looks pretty good, though, on paper here. But I do believe that we're going to call this a 2-0 for SuperJJ.
Stone Holly coming down, trying to do the block.
And now Time of Triumph will likely come.
Oh.
On to 4. Man, what a long series this was. Boy. I barely just started casting, and we're done with this series.
SuperJJ,
wow.
A disappointing show for SuperJJ. Sure, that's not how he was hoping that one
Where did I put my suspenders?
would turn out.
Wait, is it 1-1?
SuperJJ won.
Oh, yeah, you're right. F1asco won game 1. I wasn't here. I actually have an excuse. I have an excuse for this time.
A disappointing performance. He was hoping to take him out a little faster than that.
We're in the game already. What a quick series, I have to say. That flew by like none other.
You are legitimately awful as a friend and a co-caster. Just awful.
All right, we got the mono red back for F1asco. SuperJJ is now playing the ramp with your favorite hero in the game.
No.
Mr. Beardy McBearderson, Omni Knight, the Omniscient.
That's right. If you're just joining us, the reason I'm not a big fan of this one in the ramp deck is because I don't think that his signature card really provides anything. It's 3 cards that can only heal your allies, but your allies are all red heroes. They're not going to die anyway. However, people seem to be picking him up just because he has a big body. What that means is that he's hard to kill, he's a little tanky, he has survivability, which means you get to take your cards out. So
yeah,
that
he
is
survives
nice.
to PAs, for example.
Very
even
strong.
Even though we have 0 black cards being played.
Very good.
The Legion has
but
arrived.
in theory, I can understand that aspect, but you're right. It does feel like the signature card kind of just gets stuck in the hand. We've seen a lot of people use Darkseer, which I personally have loved in this tournament. I actually really, even though you have the dead card, he still has an okay body. It's not the worst. It's not the best either. It's just probably pretty average. But his ability makes you play so differently. I love it.
I agree with you there, SUNSfan. I think that's a much better choice. I think Abaddon even has a lot of uses in this with being able to purge off Time of Triumph. I feel like even Drow might have some uses with some extra damage in the early game. And Gust.
Yeah, I think those heroes are all, well, I don't know about Abaddon. Abaddon, that's...
It's pretty garbage.
The Aphotic Shield, you're talking about, like, you have to use 3 Aphotic Shields. You just hold them for late game to purge off Time of...
I mean, in a situation, it can be game-winning.
Yeah, but I've never heard of that situation actually coming to fruition. That's kind of the problem, right?
It is a possibility.
Very hypothetical situation.
It is a possibility.
In theory, Abaddon counters Time of Triumph. But
in
not
practice, baby. Gotta have that much mana anyway. Anywho.
Looking at SuperJJ's hand, only ramp right now is in the form of the Roseleaf Druids. So it'll be a little slower than he likes unless he ends up drawing some stars aligned because he does have the Time of Triumph and Emissaries.
This has gotta hurt though. Look at that Bristleback. Bristleback's 8 damage is so strong. Just with 4 extra damage, that tower's almost halfway gone already.
Yeah, it's looking real good. You can fight through the pain just to survive here,
but
that's literally all you can do.
I actually not too against that. I think he only has 1 in the deck, but
is that true?
Does prevent.
He has 3 actually.
Wrong guy. Does try to prevent that if he did not have the nasal goo, which of course we knew he didn't. He gets 2 armor, and that's a big old waste. But he does have initiative. That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Kinda.
Not really.
Doesn't really do anything here. He can initiative TP out his Bristleback. That can't feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Ha-ha!
1 star's a line, and we have a Time of Triumph in the first lane, or even an Emissary. That's all it's going to take.
Hold on to your horses, SuperJJ. Sit down, SuperJJ.
What's the counter to stars a line, though?
I believe that would have to be enough magic.
Very impressive. Impressive.
which we have on Fiasco.
That's right.
But will he play it?
Well, the way you catch them with their pants down, so to speak, is to make them use their mana first, so that enough magic is no longer an option.
Oh my God, what a trickery.
You just pass back and forth. You equip things left and right.
Not a bad time to pass, honestly.
Well, the initiative is with Fiasco.
Here we go. Stars line is drawn.
Yeah.
We will have to see if he does anything. He do a duel right now. Not going to be good. Guaranteed one of those 8 cards could come out unless he duels the green hero, which would not kill him anyway. If he chooses to duel this Legion Commander, it could spell disaster. If he TPs out, that's a fine move. Let's find out how it goes.
Oh, I think SuperJJ, we'd kind of talked about this before, right? The stars align is technically countered by enough magic. We're going to see the duel, though, right off the bat. Like you said, very good call.
Oh.
You can still go for Emissary, which in front of, I mean, this is great. This still feels great.
I was saying that was the only bad move he could make, was to duel the Legion Commander, and by golly, he did it.
You called it.
Oh, no. You waste that opportunity for not enough magic, and the Emissary is down in front of a Bristleback that hardly does any damage. Oh, no.
Let me just turn you down in my ear there. Somebody turned you up for some reason. That's terrific. Perfect.
The one move that would spell disaster in that lane. There it is. I'm going to turn you back up, but I'm only going to whisper.
No, please.
There you go.
I don't want to get a headache today, my friend.
I'm going to turn you up.
I'm
going to turn you
no
up.
You're not capable of doing ASMR. Trust me. Not possible.
I'm going to turn you up here.
So the Emissary in the first lane, and I do not think there's a way for Fiasco to deal with that in any way, shape, or form.
You know, we have talked about your bowels today. Let's go ahead and talk about your other fetishes. SUNSfan.
How is that a fetish?
SUNSfan.
It's a disease.
Yeah, not everything has to be a negative.
Whatever that means.
SUNSfan is heavily affected by ASMR.
Yeah.
It makes his whole body tingle if somebody can get just the right whisper on that stuff. So I am going to turn up my volume here.
Oh, my God.
He's got 2 headphones on.
Snacks, please. I'm begging you.
SUNSfan. SUNSfan, there's no one blocking you.
You're really bad at this. Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, so back in the game. This Emissary is going to cause some serious problems. Fiasco, however, he is doing some damage.
I mean, the good news for Fiasco, though, is the fact that no creeps are spawning in that first lane for SuperJJ.
Yep.
And at least for the current hand for SuperJJ, I don't want to keep saying SuperJJ. Super for JJ. We'll call him JJ.
JJ.
It doesn't have any creeps in hand that are green, of the green variety.
Of the green?
So that's also quite good.
Variety.
So it's not going to be a super fast 80 by any means.
So that's right. We got 3 heroes in this lane right now. 3 red heroes.
Yes.
Guess this is just to stop this from going bananas? What are we all doing over here?
Let's see. You can do 5... how much damage? You can do 6 damage to the Emissary with Legion if you duel.
Wow.
But probably better to take out the green.
Yeah, this isn't so bad. I mean, you got that Emissary down, but it's only buffing 2 creeps, and very soon it will be saying goodnight herself. So I will say this is the most healthy Elder Tree I have ever seen. Who is a big boy now?
That is a big boy.
Look at that. That's unlimited, baby.
That's the infinite symbol.
That is very nice.
Probably just TP out the Timbersaw, potentially?
I think so.
You could cloak him as well.
Why not just cloak him up? We need that damage on Emissary. Every time that we damage her, we get a little bit closer to killing her. But you're right, SUNSfan. TP out. Take the tower damage instead.
I mean, Timbersaw is only doing a handful of damage, and she buffs herself by 2 every round, so I think that's probably fine.
Sure.
But he's doing a pretty good job of stemming the bleeding, as it were, for that first lane. We said he didn't really have that many options, but turns out he did. Just put bodies there. That's why the Time of Triumph is a little bit more valuable, a lot more valuable.
A little.
Versus the Emissary, especially in the early game. And here we could see a Spring the Trap from JJ in, I would say, the last lane. But actually go even wider here. All right.
Oh, one of those doggies could block out, though.
You got a Marrowfell Fatty McGee, 616.
How do you feel about that in that deck? We're not seeing a lot of Marrowfell brawlers.
Yeah,
I think he's making
like
work.
It. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like an auto-include by any means, but we've seen a few people put that in, and I mean, it's just like this big beefy boy, right?
Yeah, but it's 6 mana. 6 is such an essential time. That's your board clear time. That's your, you know.
I mean, Berserkers calls your board clear.
I mean, in some ways, it's your insta-win button.
You think I travel alone?
I mean, the thing especially in the current set, when you're playing a mono color, there's only so many cards.
Yeah.
Right? So let's say out of the 40 cards in the deck, 30 of them are like auto includes, maybe even more. Then you put in stuff like Marifel Brawl. It just depends on your playstyle. Do you want this Fatty McGee to soak up some damage? It's really hard to take off the board.
That is true.
I like him.
This is unfortunate. It's not what you want to see.
It happens. I mean, maybe with this spawn, Stonehall Elite will be very angry and curve into the creep as well.
He could see that. He could see that and just be so mad for his friend Bristleback that he says, I'm going to take care of this creep too,
He wants to steal the McDonald's breakfast that Bristleback is just throwing it away. He's not even consuming it. It's just gets it delivered, throws it away.
What a dick. Jeez, he's like Panda. He just orders a very unique pizza and has 1 bite of it.
Yeah, arrow? No.
The glory of Stonehall.
Not going to happen this time. Can't really blame him. Stonehall Elite is probably a bit intimidated standing next to a giant porcupine.
Is that what he is?
I don't... You should tell me. You're the lore guy.
I thought he was more of a pissed-off hedgehog. He's like Sonic's older brother. That's real Knuckles.
Maybe it is a... What's the difference between a hedgehog and a porcupine?
I think a hedgehog is more fast.
Just because of Sonic the Hedgehog?
I'm pretty sure it's deep-seated in science.
It's real fast.
The porcupine is a small, timid creature, whereas the hedgehog is a... he's a quick boy.
The hedgehog of the headmaster of Hogwarts. Well, not much to do here. Not sure what the delay is. Maybe... I guess he's debating TPing out, focusing on other lanes. I mean, from JJ's perspective, this second lane is still in question a bit. You do have a wider lane, but it is being contested quite heavily by f1asco.
Legion Commander coming down in that first lane.
How do you like Timbersaw in this, by the way, versus like a Centaur or...
Yeah, I kind of like Timber. We saw some very interesting opportunities be opened up in the late game. A lot of these cards like that you block with this deck are going to be those guys like the Legion, the Elite guy, the other dude.
Wow, you're really good at this. I'm going to actually disagree and say Centaur, if you're playing mono red, might be better in the current form.
Look at a guy like Stonehall Elite. He's got 2 HP, 2 of the armor.
Okay.
You can saw through that with Whirling Death.
Okay. You saw through it? You just lower the damage.
You lower the damage.
Okay. Is that supposed to be good or something? What does that mean? It's like giving them a Happy Meal instead of a full Big Mac. It's still food for our cheeseburger man.
What's your problem?
I don't know. I just can't stop thinking about food apparently.
What's your issue today?
No, I would say Centaur just feels like it's been more consistent. Like the Whirling Death, obviously, I would say it is a good card, right? And the buffs definitely helped with the minus armor on the hero itself. But Centaur's double edge against all these red heroes that we've been seeing is, I mean, the fact that it can be used in multiple ways, I think, really sells it for me.
Yeah,
you know?
we've been seeing that so often, for sure. But
I mean, we have
once.
Actually. No, we've seen it used on red heroes to opponents. That is.
To destroy
them.
All right, I'm trying to defend Timbersaw, but I do like the buffs. I feel like they're very good. But in this specific deck, I do think that you're right. Now, having a double edge, that threat of being able to mess up your enemy and yourself and deal massive damage and an opportunity to a tower, which apparently no one likes to do, is very, very useful. But we've seen Timber get some success before. In fact, we saw him win a couple games where only he could have won it. He did have a Centaur on that team too, though. So, anywho. All
right,
zero
you got one time of triumph for JJ. Where do you want to play it? Mid with 2 heroes?
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like that's the case. He's going to block up Axe now.
Pump it up.
Going to get pumped.
The Quorum's will is being enforced. Doesn't help out with a lot of guys. Of course, our elder, strong man himself.
Everything's dying.
Pretty much Bruce Willis over here. He's just an old dude with some real muscles who's just hanging on. Can't think of a better example than Bruce Willis for that one.
That was real bad.
Who's an old guy with big muscles?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that would have been much better. You're right.
And you had the pump reference. I'm going to pump you up. That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger thing, too.
Damn, that would have been really good.
Boy, you really messed it up, Dad. All right, we're going to see a duel, though.
Daddy-like.
So it's going to be a 2-for-1 special.
Now you have to be. This is really a nice example. We were talking earlier on this big debate: do you play Time of Triumph or do you play Quorum if you have that chance early game?
Yeah.
Right here, we're seeing this Quorum isn't really doing much.
What? I'm sorry. What?
The Quorum.
It's not doing much. It's literally going to get the lane by itself now.
I mean,
it doesn't even need here. There's nobody coming.
I mean,
this
but he could have had the lane already if he had Time of Triumph.
No.
Well,
you don't know that.
Of course, I know that.
Well, he did. It's not like he chose Emissary over Time of Triumph.
I know that, but we're saying as an example, if you got to use an 8v8.
It's still quite good.
I know it's good.
Can you shut up, please?
God damn it. Can you just once in our casting relationship just pretend like you want to talk about something that I want to talk about? It's always you.
Okay, what do you want to talk about now?
I've already talked about it.
No, bring something new to the table.
No!
Please. Please. Well, we'll see if there's any creep blocks. That's pretty much the only way that this first lane will not go the way of JJ. And he will probably be trading the mid lane. We saw the Berserker's Call, of course, so Time of Triumph could never be used. But you have 2 heroes coming in. Or sorry, Triad coming in that could accompany Bristleback. But he's going to go to the first lane. Very interesting. Does he have a Blink Dagger? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not that interesting, is it?
Very interesting.
Guess you were wrong, SUNSfan. It's not interesting at all, is it?
There's some big blocks in the last lane, though, so I don't know if they can find the actual lethal.
Oh, no,
we'll see.
No.
But this is quite a sad state of affairs for f1asco. He might have to blink a hero out of mid
Booyah!
into the last lane.
That looks nice. 44 damage being dealt. Of course, we're probably going to see Treant Protector leave this bad boy.
Yes. Blink Dagger shall be applied, and he will go to the 3rd lane.
Damn.
So if you Time a Triumph, I don't believe that is lethal. You do have Berserker's Call, but of course, like we talked about, one of these 2 heroes will likely go to that lane anyway.
SuperJJ holding strong. This is what I like to see. 22 damage on that Time of Triumph.
Does he have... He has enough magic, but no initiative. So he'll blink to the right lane, and SuperJJ will have the opportunity to play 1 spell.
That is nice. Good block there. So
let's take a look at the state of affairs in the 3rd lane.
It's going to be a big state of affairs, buddy. 40 full life tower for our boy f1asco. SuperJJ looking hungry.
Time to go for the time.
I mean, you have to, just in case. Enough magic is available, but that doesn't do hardly anything now. This guy's out of moves.
That's right. All he can really do is Tresden.
He can put down a Stonehold Elite, of course.
You can maybe go a little bit wide, but it is a tough state of affairs when this much cleave is occurring.
Yeah.
SuperJJ does not have another time, though, for next turn.
It doesn't really matter, though. I mean, if he blocks this 2 damage and all the other heroes that come to this lane are blocked, he can enough magic, buy himself another time.
Yeah, I mean, I think the play right now is SuperJJ will just keep initiative the rest of the way, and then Berserker's Call with Bristleback, and you just win.
That's a hard decision, though, because you really want to pump that first lane.
Do you?
Threat. You can actually... Do you just put 3 heroes in the first lane? Just pump?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so.
SUNSfan.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because you're not really threatened to lose in the 3rd lane anytime soon.
Not at all. In fact,
like it's not possible to lose this round in the 3rd lane.
Exactly.
I guess, yeah, okay.
Thanks for catching up, SUNSfan.
I mean, I don't think he can get 80 here, though, either way. It's still going to take the rest of... It's going to take 2 turns.
I don't know, buddy.
You think he can get it?
I think that it might be possible.
Maybe it is.
45.
I'm really bad at math.
Yeah.
Though, so.
I mean, take a look at those heroes already.
Depends on this creep as well.
865, 10, 10, 9.
I want to see... Oh, I was going to say, I want to see f1asco's reaction to 3 heroes going first lane, but it looks like a blank stare.
Well, just look at my face. Chad, you guys will see I'll do the same reaction. Oh, and the arrows.
All right,
not
that's 60
helping.
damage, but
Creep,
there
not
are a lot of
helping.
units. Let's see. 8 units on the board. That's 16 extra damage, so only needs 4 on top of that. So, Blink Dagger. And I don't think he has it.
Does have a Blink Dagger, but it ain't enough. Why? What? Oh, he's gonna smash his own defense.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Can he find a Bronze Legionnaire? That will
Show
be
it to me, Daddy.
Nope.
No.
No. I mean, either way, he's still in a good spot. technically I was right. He didn't find lethal. Very close, though.
Very technical call.
If there was a Berserker's Call available to use on this creep or a duel,
that would be lethal.
That would be lethal.
So, yeah, besides this, because not sure if he wants to blink anybody out here, SUNSfan.
He should. 100% he should.
No way. Nah, yeah, you definitely do. What could possibly go wrong in this lane, though?
Not much.
Right.
Berserker's Call on the bristleback, the one on the right side.
That would do some stuff.
But he just doesn't have enough damage to go through to the tower and get lethal.
Even if everyone died over here, they don't have enough tower damage to take it before the next round.
Yeah.
So I actually wouldn't blink, just for fun.
For fun, huh?
Just for fun.
I mean, how do you lose if you blink? Even if you blink, how do you lose?
I mean,
I don't think you can lose either
more
way.
fun to just leave it in here and have the guy have to wait.
You have a TP on Fiasco, so there will be a hero here. But, yeah, I don't...
You just chill.
He's not going to be able to block.
Screw it. What can he possibly do?
He's going to play it super safe. Can't blame him. It is 1-1 in the series, contrary to popular belief. Actually, he went mid. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I was not seeing that one.
Well, you know, he could go for lethal in mid in one round.
I don't understand. I mean, he has TP scroll.
And the guy won the game. He's smashing more defenses. He wants more card draw.
More time?
That's
No.
goddamn efficiency right there.
I don't know what the point of going mid is.
There's 0 point to go in mid.
There has to be. He wouldn't have done it if otherwise.
Okay, go ahead and explain it to me.
I'm not smart enough, apparently. I don't know what to tell you.
Could have gone for that lethal, man. Could have found 70 damage out of nowhere.
Okay, well, Axe is just going to sit there taking the beating. And in this lane, we see the Berserker's Call. Of course, the initiative had to be given up by Fiasco to find some sort of answer, but alas, it matters not. SuperJJ very happy with his standing desk, sitting down.
That is very nice. So,
Sitting down at his standing desk.
what a surprise in that series, SUNSfan. You thought that SuperJ was out
my
after
flesh is
game
showing.
one.
I
Not
do
the
apologize.
flesh. Cover up a little bit. Great series. SuperJ lands in. We went on quite a ride together. Don't move my hand down there.
Hold my hand.
Head back on
Being,
to the panel. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Please, please.